Oh, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to episode 794 of FloWrestling Radio Live. I'm your host, Christian Piles, joined today by Ben Funky Askren. He's a single father today. He had to get the kids out the door, get them on the bus. That's why we're a little tardy sauce today. But kids first. That's always been the motto of this show.
Kids first.
I'm also
Is it really?
No.
Too funny.
And also joined by James Dean Rader. He's here with a hat that's older than him. I'm certain of it.
And no kids.
And no kids.
That's true.
So,
Zero.
you know, this was a very dad-friendly podcast. And then Bracky left. He was a father. This guy made no kids. Total nerd.
None.
Wouldn't know how if he tried.
He probably doesn't even know how.
No. So, it's tomorrow's World Team Trials. Well, when we leave for it. And then Saturday, it all gets started. So this is going to be the World Team Trials preview show. Planning to get to. We're going to do some predictions. Maybe I'll wimp out and not do any. I don't know. Is someone going to make me? Can you make me?
Shane.
Shane.
Is Shane coming on today or no?
No, as predicted, he has a bunch of business, sales calls type of stuff on Thursday. So he couldn't do it. But hopefully next week he'll be able to come on. That'll be fun. Except next Wednesday, I don't know if I'm going to be on the show because my son is graduating from 5th grade, which I guess is a thing.
You graduated from 5th grade?
Apparently, he made it.
Okay.
My son.
So, how do schools do it, Christian? Do they just pick, we're doing a graduation? Do they do every grade? Do they just do some grades? Is it because he's going to middle school? What's going on here?
Yeah, it's because he's done with elementary school.
Got it.
Listen to this.
K through 6 was elementary for me.
Oh, really?
Mine too. Yep, mine was the same way.
My father famously did not do 8th grade. Somehow he went from 7th to high school. This happened in Deerfield, Virginia.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Well, it happened, but yes. Different time back then, obviously. My son's become quite the he's getting into the psychological tactics in sport, Ben. You got to hear this.
Love it. So important.
This guy, he's a pitcher. Not really, but sometimes when they're winning, they'll let him throw for an inning. And he's doing his pitching thing, and he throws it, and then he's getting ready to throw another pitch, and the guy that's going to be on deck runs behind him in the middle of the pitch, and the ump has to call time. And I'm watching him, Caleb, and as the kid runs by and he's waiting, he has to wait to do his pitch. He just straight up moves his body and stares at this kid in the on deck circle for 5 seconds, and just turns and makes the throw. And so I was like, "Did you see that?" I was like, "What was he doing?" So I talked to him after. I was like, "Hey, were you staring at that guy?" And he's like, when he ran behind, he's like, yeah. He's like, yeah, that's something I do when I'm pitching now. He's like, that's why I don't wear my sunglasses when I pitch, so that they can see me staring at them. Nice. Meanwhile, the shortest kid out there, and he throws about 37 miles an hour.
Modern day Mike Tyson.
But
modern day Mike Tyson.
I kind of loved it. It was really funny. Anyway.
That is too funny.
Okay, so
tremendous.
News on the World Team Trials front. Pat Downey not going 86, but he is going 92. So that's a pretty sizable shakeup because at 86 you're like, okay, he can make some noise here, but probably not going to navigate. At 92, we could be very legitimately looking at Pat Downey in the Trials finals, potentially Final X.
I'm picking Nate Jackson over him, but they're probably going to seed him number 1, so that means Nate Jackson, Cam Caffey, and the semis.
No, Cam Caffey has to be 1 because he won Open.
Oh, yeah, but... Oh, you're right. Yeah, otherwise I would have said Downey is getting above him for sure.
He would be, but he won't be. And so, yeah, we'll that's an interesting dynamic now at
beating
92.
Nate Jackson and then Cam Caffey is much more doable than Zahid, Mark, Trent Hidley, Drew Foster.
Yes.
Yeah, my gracious. Pretty smart move. Mm-hmm. So why don't we get to, let's do some little predicting. Some weights will take longer than others. For falling in the others category will be 57 kilograms because it's Vito. And I don't see, realistically, he has Zane Richards and maybe Tyler, if you want, you can pull in. Yeah.
I think it's Vito. It is funny, though, that Vito and Greg got to wrestle in the quarters.
Oh, yeah. Very
Kinda
interesting. Funny. Greg's like, I came all the way to wrestle this dude. Give me a break.
Mm-hmm.
But so I think, Zane is probably the biggest challenger there for Vito. And in a one-off match, things can happen. But Vito made the Olympic trials finals in 2021. Really good at freestyle. He had a really successful college season, albeit wasn't able to make the finals. It's hard to see a scenario where he's not wrestling Thomas Gilman in Final X.
I agree fully.
Zane did beat him at like the 2019 Open or something like that. But obviously Vito's very different now. But if you're looking for something, the 2019 Open, 8-2.
Dang, that's definitely notable. And Zane is often slept on, in my opinion. He's a good freestyler. He's got some good stuff, but Vito is approaching or in the midst of his prime, and Zane's got to be close to on the other side of it. Also, 57 is not going to be any treat for Zane. I know he's made it rather consistently.
Or Vito.
Vito made it all year.
He didn't wrestle the first half of the year.
What about the dual meet? He didn't look good in the dual meet.
Well,
had to be because of weight cut.
Either did Pat.
They're both cutting a lot of weight.
Yeah.
Hey, why didn't Pat show up to this? He usually wrestles in almost all things.
Yeah, he would have been
There's
interesting.
a lot of people that didn't show up.
He'd have been interesting at either of these weights, 57 or 61. He was kind of a novice freestyler, like late in his high school career, but he's got a lot of reps now.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's got a lot of reps, and he beat Vito the last time, so there's a decent chance he's making Final X.
And aren't semifinals the morning session on Sunday?
Yeah, so right off the scale.
So 2 hour weigh in, not 1 hour, but still.
Yeah.
Not a full day to recover.
Not gonna be feeling super
and
awesome.
The second day weigh in.
Day weigh-in, yeah. And it's scratch. which is, I always thought that was brutal. Double scratch is that's brutal. It's tough.
Yikes.
Sounds like the backside of the U.S. Open.
Shout out to these guys making 57. Okay, beyond that, you got Matt Ramos and Camacho probably on the other side.
Hector Camacho.
Yes. But gonna be Vito, in my opinion. Any disagreement there?
No.
Nah.
So we discussed 61 at length, and more for the seeding confusion that the seeds caused with the forfeits and the who they put where, and Jesse Mendez is weirdly at the 4. But outside of that, we can get to some predictions. And I think this is a deep weight. All respect to Daniel DeShazer. It's he's probably the 6th. He's the 6th seed there, and he's obviously someone that can pick off guys in the top 5 as he beat number 4 already. But how do you see this playing out?
All right. Let me do the whole thing all at once.
Yeah, hit it.
Gross beats Mendez. Mega beats Gross. Graf runs the table. Graf over Gross in the final.
Whoa. Okay.
Seems reasonable. That seems reasonable. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. I spoke Graf over Mega in the final.
Graf over Mega. Okay.
Yeah.
So I thought you had Gross. That makes sense.
No, Gross beating Mendez, Mega beating Gross, Graf beating Megaludis.
Man, I'm having a hard time. I'd like to pull the trigger and say Mendez beats Seth. I think that's interesting.
I don't see it.
The matchup I don't think it's good.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a good matchup for Jesse. I think he's in a year, maybe, after he feels it, maybe.
Yep.
But I don't know, man. I've got Seth, and then I don't see Nico losing to Seth. I thought he just had the game plan ready to go,
Yes.
and Seth's a really, really smart wrestler who can make adjustments. I'm just not sure as I watch that match what are the adjustments he can really make there. It's like controlling center and is not something like. Correct me here, Ben. But like
no. I mean, this is what we talked about yesterday, right? Seth Gross is highly elite at the skill set he possesses, but there are some skill sets he doesn't possess, right? So, like just regular penetration offense, like if the guy's keeping good space and clearing ties, can he just go fire off some leg attacks and score? And the answer is not usually.
Well, and I also meant just in terms of holding center, not getting moved around the mat the way he was. And is that something where he's got to make some pretty significant hand fighting adjustments, I would say.
Yeah, that's gonna take longer than a month, or it's not even been a month.
No,
it's been 3 weeks.
Mm-hmm. So I have Nico. I'll say Nico makes Final X.
Yep, me too.
I was just so impressed with him. I mean, he just won the tournament that all these guys.
No, I know it, but it's crazy thinking about Nico Megaludis in 2022 making Final X. I mean, he hasn't made the finals ever, correct? Never.
Seth Gross wasn't what?
He's never made the finals of a World Team Trials.
Right.
Ever.
He famously, in 2014, was right there with Tony Ramos and only lost on the almost takedown point.
Oh, my gosh. That was terrible. Remember that shit?
Pretty awesome. Pretty awesome time in wrestling. It was only like 3 months and basically only happened in America, but still. Pretty cool.
So ridiculous.
Was that the one Thomas Gilman got hosed on too? What rule did he?
He got hosed on like the go behind takedown rule.
That's right.
No go behinds. You got like 1 point for a go behind. Instead, I forget what it was exactly. That was in.
There was like so many ridiculous rules. If we go over the course of freestyle, we are in a good spot. I hope we stay in a good spot.
Yes. All right, who are you thinking?
Nico.
Everyone taking Nico? Oh, boy.
Nico over Seth.
Oh, he didn't.
No, I said Graf beats Nico. And usually I never pick Graf, but I don't think he'll beat Dayton. I don't really think any of these guys is beating Dayton. So
he just lost to Rodriguez.
Yeah, he lost to Josh Rod.
That's unspeakable to me. I don't know how that happened.
You can't even bring that up, JD.
I don't even know what's going on there.
Unspeakable acts.
So like.
Yeah.
So give me the Shazer over Graf.
Oh.
This guy loves the lopers.
The Shazer over Dayton Fix. Let's go.
Come on.
What if he did?
Go with the Shazer all the way. The Shazer could be, if he could beat Graf, he could beat Rodriguez, right?
Yeah. Graf beat everyone. Graf has a common opponent win over all these people.
Yes.
You could talk yourself into it. Graf's beaten everyone. He made a world team. People forget that.
And wrestled for a medal that year.
JD, do it. Pick the Shazer all the way.
Do it, you coward.
I'm going Nico.
Don't be scared.
Wow. Fake Loper.
Oh.
Removing your Loper card.
Take it easy.
Yeah. Remove that Loper card.
Yeah. It's gone. Shazer will have the best biceps in the building. No doubt.
No doubt. Yeah. And calves.
Yeah.
Johnny Drama could never.
Who's Johnny Drama?
Entourage reference.
You watch Entourage, Ben?
Maybe a couple times when my wife had it on, but it's been many years.
Amy watches Entourage.
Amy watches lots of shows, and then she claims she doesn't watch any shows. And I'm like, listen, I don't know the name of that show, but I've seen that show on like 7 times. You're watching this show.
Bling
Dynasty. There's a bunch of weird shit. Like there's some old timey ladies on there. I'm like, what's this old timey stuff going on? I have no idea. It's weird.
Like Dr. Quinn, Medicine Woman.
I don't know what that is, but yeah, probably something like that.
You don't know what Dr.
It sounds
Quinn?
about right.
I have no idea what that is.
You don't know what Dr. Quinn, Medicine Woman is, Tyler? Pull in a picture. What was the lady's name? She's kind of a famous actress.
No, if you said the name of it, I would know because there's one show where it's super old timey and she watches it all the time. She started naming off old timey shows. I could say, oh yeah, that's it, but I don't know the name of it.
Yeah, Dr. Quinn was, great show. When I was like 10 at least. Okay, so we're on the Megaludis train. Ben thinks Graf will navigate this field and beat Nico 2 out of 3.
Oh,
let's just see. 65, probably one of the tougher brackets to predict because it's deep. There's a lot of variables. There's a lot of talent. And there's been a lot of inconsistent results amongst all these guys. So, Ben,
we only have to pick semi-winners at this weight.
We only have to get to the semi. That's a good point because this is one of the weights that is only going semis, and then that sets Final X. Because I don't know if you heard, we have not medaled at this weight since 2006.
That is like the most. I mean, every time I hear it, it's still like the most unbelievable thing to me.
I think it's
so long. Freaking 15 years.
Bill needs to just get down there and make it happen.
Yeah.
Cut down, make 65, make this team win that.
Long ways away.
Honestly,
needs to talk to UWW and say, "Hey, you got to get rid of this weight."
If we don't medal this year with no Russia, no Belarus.
That is true. This year,
and Japan apparently, according to someone, maybe Kozak tweeted this, or maybe it was Nomad. Like no Odaguru at
correct.
At
why not?
So he's doing something else.
Well, they're not. They're not registered, or they're not going to be at the Emperor's Cup, which is like their qualifying tournament, their national tournament.
As we all know.
I told my guy Chatri at one championship to sign Odaguru because he was fire. So maybe convinced him to do MMA and took him out of the picture.
Do they do wrestling at one?
No, to fight. Get this man to fight.
No.
Yeah.
I want him to
What
wrestle.
do you mean no?
I mean,
no. He said, "Oh, Christian, you are anti-American again. He is in our way for a medal. Get his ass out of here. You can tell me thank you if I get rid of him." I told him to sign Bajrang while he's at it too. Bajrang, Indian superstar, get him out of here too.
Maybe he's going to Japanese WWE. I know they love professional wrestling there.
Yep. Maybe that's it. I'm trying to eliminate all of our opponents.
Okay, I didn't know that was the ultimate goal. If so, okay.
Did you start the war in Ukraine?
Yeah, that was what I did to get the Russians out of there. I told Putin, "Hey, here's
probably
a good
not worth
idea."
it.
Yeah, that's pretty dark actually. Real sick freak.
Oh man.
So, all you certified freaks, who are we gonna pick at 65 kilograms? I mean. I kind of have a policy of only picking Yanni.
I think I'm going Joey.
Oh my gosh, it's so hard. It's
a coin flip, but I mean, I'm rolling the dice on the Penn RTC is basically what I'm rolling on right now. They're hot in the streets.
I'm picking Kendrick Maple over Nick Lee in the semis. Are you guys doing that?
No.
Boo.
I'm picking Nick Lee to make Final X.
And then I have a real tough decision at Final X between Nick Lee and Joey or Yanni, whoever makes it.
At least we'll have a little more information to
Right, that's why it's hard. Like, where's Nick Lee at?
Yeah. If he just
State College, probably, but
it's probably where he is. Actually, he could be en route.
He could be, yeah.
He could be flying a Legionnaire to Iowa.
Legionnaire. I don't think the Legionnaire flies out of State College, do they?
I don't know. It's a joke. Maybe
he might be zip tied a mile high right now.
Maybe Spirit, for all I know. There's no way to know.
Spirit's the worst. Amy flew Spirit this morning. I was totally making fun of her.
What? Oh, man. I'll do it.
I was like the only director where she needed to go or something. And I'm like, oh, you're going to hate your life. Spirit Air is a son of a gun.
That's the
I've
thing.
done it once.
That's the thing. I've done Spirit a couple times. And if it's direct, it's fine. All you got to do, what is, explain to me what is so different.
They had these little seats. Like, I'm not even that big. I'm only 5'11", and my knees were all jammed up. I'm like, if I was 6'3", I would never have that problem. Pain. And then I'm like, hey, they're like, hey, what do you want? And I'm like, I'll have a sparkling water. And how about some coffee? And then they're like, oh, here, give me your credit card. It's $8. I'm like, wait, what? We don't get free drinks on this? And then the freaking table was like this big, right? The flip down table was like this big, and then. Yeah,
I also sleep on almost every flight, so.
Yeah, it's like it's those are just very little things. You know, Ben lives a different life than us, Jake.
That's true.
And he requires.
Listen, I don't know what.
You're really outclassing yourself right now, Ben.
I understand.
Jammed up like this for like freaking 4 hours, not fun.
See, when you enjoy the finer things in life,
I'll pay him a few more bucks. Give me a different airline.
It's often not a few more. It can be doubled, and you've got to understand the luggage gimmick thing.
Yeah,
Because
you got to carry on. You can't.
yeah, carry on. You got to be smart about it.
Although sometimes even then they
charge you for a carry on.
Yeah.
But
Guys,
even
I haven't
still,
packed more than a backpack in 20 years.
stop.
I'm dead serious.
Just a
You name
backpack.
the trip. Backpack.
Do you
That's
do
it.
laundry?
I mean, unless I'm going to Singapore, why do I need more than for 2 weeks?
Sometimes-
if I'm going somewhere for 3, 4, 5 days, it's a backpack. That's it.
Wow.
I might
got,
wear
like,
some of the
workout
clothes
clothes and
twice.
stuff.
I'm
I got
fine.
that dirty
I don't
laundry.
stink. It's great.
Well, yeah. What about work? Do you not exercise?
I do. I'll find if I have to work out, I'll find the laundry. Or if it's like 3 days, I'll work out before I leave. Right? Then I don't have to work out that day. I'll work out one day, and then the next day I'll work out when I get home or whatever.
Okay.
Yeah.
I overpack. I'm a classic overpacker, which is probably not super surprising. Okay, so all we know right now is Nick
Airline
Lee is on a
Plus.
Spirit airline flight to Iowa. That's the only thing we've established so far at this weight class. So,
Hey, how did Ultimate Grapple? I saw someone tweeting about it this morning. How did it go? Tell
so
us.
good. It's really,
It
really
was
good.
so good.
Mm-hmm. It's called Who's Next. It's up for free on Flow Grappling. Episodes 1 and 2 are out. Very, very good. It's like, holy crap. I can't believe we're making stuff like this now. I encourage you to check it out because it is not something that you have to be a jiu-jitsu fan to enjoy, which was like kind of one of the goals we set in making it. So I think it hits the mark. And it's definitely, if you wrestle, you'll understand every aspect of it. And Josh Demas is on it.
Yeah.
Did you know that?
Demas, there
Probably
we
didn't
go.
know that.
I think you told me that, but I don't know if it was like on the show or just separately.
Yes.
Older brother of Dom, for those
Older brother of Dom.
not aware.
Wrestled at the Ohio State.
Westlerville North High School, Columbus. Back to Spirit Airlines. Nick Lee over Kendrick Maple is my semifinal prediction.
Yep.
I got Kendrick Maple versus Yanni, and they're gonna wrestle Final X.
Is anybody giving Hendo a chance over Maple? Because I think Hendo could beat Kendrick Maple.
I give him a puncher's chance, but I'm
giving a lot more than a puncher's chance.
okay.
No, I
can-
think
it's- way
Maple's
more-
wise to those tricks.
Also, yeah, I feel like he's like too big, strong to he'll just shut down some of that stuff. But also, you mustn't look past Patricio Lugo from the Hawkeye Wrestling Club.
That was a tough match for Kendrick Maple.
And
but,
also, he could beat Henderson, preventing that match.
Yes.
yeah, possibly. I think Henderson has beaten Lugo the majority of the times they've wrestled. But yes, Lugo could win that, and
Henderson
Max
got
was highly
disrespected in the seeds.
Yeah.
Who did?
Henderson.
Yes, I agree. But I mean, below Ian Parker is
Any
I
Parkers,
feel like-
honestly. Peter Parker, Uncle Ben, he should be seated ahead of all of them.
Max came back at the Open and was complaining. We had our stuff set up in the back by the cadets and juniors, complaining about how Patrick Hugo can make anyone look boring.
He's got his style. He
Yes.
makes him competitive in matches. Okay, so McKenna, I probably have never entered a tournament, and this is like an over.
You can pick Piles.
I'm going to. I already have, and I'm going to continue. But let me go. So there's never been a tournament I've entered where Yanni and Joey were in it, and I really seriously considered picking Joey. I've just always been Yanni, and I've always understood he's close, and he's even beaten him before. But I've always, in general, I'll pick Yanni. I always pick Yanni without much hesitation. I'm really hesitating in this one match situation, and it's got to be very nerve-wracking for the Cornell contingent that this is just a one-off match for Yanni. But I'm staying consistent. I'm going to pick Yanni. I just think, on the whole, he's been able to beat him in one-off opportunities as well. He's beaten him overseas. I think it's Yanni. I think Yanni gets it done here. I think it's going to be really, really close. And, he kind of let one slip away at trials last year. But I think he gets it done here. And I have not a high degree of confidence in here for the reasons JD picked Joey.
And then And who'd you pick in the finals again? Yanni over who?
Why Yanni against Nick Lee?
Sorry, Nick Lee, got it.
I will not reveal who I think is going to win that yet. I would really think we'll learn a lot at trials. If Yanni, I mean, you look at the guys Joey McKenna's beaten, man. He's beaten Zane. He's beaten Yanni. He's wrestling everywhere. Looks really good. But I'm picking Yanni. I'm sticking with him. On the whole, he's had the advantage. It could be Joey's time. Any dark horses here other than Bo Bartlett?
Oh God, which you're contractually obligated to name. No, I mean, who knows? Maybe we see Carter Young pull up a crazy upset and beat, say, Matt Kolodzik or something like that. But I can't
He's
see
done
any
it before.
of those lower ranked guys.
He could definitely beat Matt Kolodzik.
Yeah, for sure.
Matt Kolodzik kind of a big, strong dude, though, for the way he couldn't move him around.
Just bully him. Yeah.
Klotzik had a good open too.
Yeah.
Look good good in Vegas.
Yeah, 65, man, definitely one of my favorite weights of this entire tournament. Excited to see how it pans out. Sunday morning, perfect time for Yanni versus Joey McKenna. Make sure you don't miss it. All due respect to the 6th and 7th seeds that will face those guys before them. 70 kilograms. Pantaleo, Deacon, J.O., Zane. They're the big four. But there's some other big names here as well. You got Doug Zaff, who's apparently just really good at freestyle. Michael Blockus, Sam Sasso, Berger, Ashnault, rounding out the top 9. A Berger Ashnault rematch. I don't know if you guys remember their FRL match. Pretty controversial. 6-6 criteria win for Berger, I believe. So they'll likely wrestle once more. And I think I'm going to pick Ashnault to win on this occasion.
Yeah. I thought Ashnault was going to develop a little more. I mean, remember that
too.
first year he did out of college, he did really well. And
You remember
now
he
he's kind of
beat Hidley in that crazy freestyle match in Raleigh at trials, actually.
yeah, the trials.
It was a really good match. And so
Then he lost to James Green in the finals, correct?
right, he got injured in
Laced
that
up.
leg lace, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Very mean,
Yeah.
James Green.
Mm-hmm.
So, how do you see this bracket playing out, Ben?
I go, and listen, we said that these top 4, I feel like they could kind of go anywhere, beating each other. I'll go Zane over Pantaleo because Zane has had his number. Let's go Oliver over Deacon, and then we get to see Zane and Oliver for the 400th time. Let's go Zane.
Oliver over Deacon. I think that's a surprising pick, honestly, from you.
Really? Have they wrestled before or no?
I don't believe they have.
Because I don't think so.
I just think Deacon, freestyle, size, tank. I think he's a tough matchup for Jordan.
Well, Jordan's always, Jordan, not never, very, very infrequently gets his butt kicked. So it's going to be
I
like
don't think
three,
definitely don't think
3-2,
he's getting his butt kicked.
4-3, real close one. I think he's going to be savvy enough and he's going to figure out how to get the win.
Dang, maybe he does. Well, are we just expecting Pantaleo like that Zane's a code he's not gonna be able to crack?
Well, I was the one that when they wrestled in the NLWC match that said, hey, I think Pantaleo can make this close. And remember, because in folk style he got his butt kicked a whole bunch of times. But in freestyle he's way harder to wrestle. So I think it's gonna be competitive. I think it's Zane again.
Man, I kind of it's a tough call, and also the trajectory for Pantaleo seems to be up and to the right a little more so where Zane is like Zane's established is just like sort of where he is.
I was not as impressed with Pantaleo at the Open as I thought I would be because he's been trajectorying up. I felt like that performance was not kind of on par with how he had been trending.
Yeah, so I'll take Zane over Pantaleo. He's gonna be ready to go. And man, J.O. Deacon is, I think, one of the more difficult matches to predict. I don't think it's any. Who are you gonna pick?
I think I'm going to go Oliver.
Man.
With 0 degree of confidence.
Yeah, I don't have a ton.
And no really reasoning behind it either.
It's like, all right. So on the one hand, Deacon is. How easily do we see Deacon able to get to Jordan's legs? I mean, he's got
Not
that
easily.
really
No
good.
one can get there easily.
So because that's one of his best attributes is like Deacon can kind of get in on everyone. When he does, he can finish.
Yeah, sucks the leg in really well, and he's strong down there. But yeah, Jo is good. I mean, he's really high level baseline defense, and a lot of people don't get in on him.
Yeah. Dang it, you kind of swung me on this. I'll take Jordan on. Take Jordan over
I
Deacon.
mean, I'm not super confident. I think to what JD's point
You said
is
Deacon's
like,
got no shot.
Hey, stop. I mean, I think it's like coin flip ish, like, say 60-40. I just think Jo, it's going to be close, and Jo's good at winning those matches, and he's crafty, and Deacon hasn't really felt him before, so I think it's Jo.
Yeah. This is such a wide open weight now with James's departure. And James Green tweeted yesterday, whoever wins the weight is going to win a world championship at 70 kilograms.
There you go.
So James definitely believes in this field. We got a lot of good options here. I feel confident. A lot of these guys have tons of international experience overseas. Pantelo, Jo, Zane, tons. And even Deacon, he's made age-level world teams and done tours, etc. So we'll be in good hands here at 70. 74, we're in great hands. So we got Kyle Douglas Dake and whoever makes it out of this field. And it looks to me like Jason Nolf. And I think
It's kind of a next topic, Wade.
This is the next topic.
Not quite, because you got to talk about Carr, but
As a Cyclone.
Naturally. But the conversation is not long.
Yeah.
Nolf's a heavy favorite.
Until there's a lot to overcome when you lose 10-0 to somebody.
Yeah.
And is he that much better? I don't know. And Nolf just seems to be really clicking right now. I'll take Gant over Shields. Love Gant's game. Just always been one of my favorite guys. And then I think it's Nolf cruising here, and he cruises in 2 straight against Gant, a familiar opponent.
I mean, I think if we didn't have Kyle Dake, that Jason Nolf is someone who could probably win a world medal at this point, especially because no Russia and Belarus. I think there's a decent chance he would win if he was able to wrestle there.
Yes, you have to agree. If there's no Russia or Belarus,
Yes.
that's the Olympic champion and Olympic silver medalist. Although is Chamizo still at 74? Because if so,
Probably
at 79.
I would not favor Jason.
Chamizo's
Nolf
up at
against-
79.
This man just loves to grow.
He
He made a senior world final at 55 kilograms, guys.
That's
55.
So wild.
That's just a giant jump.
Almost like
He wrestled 74
similar
years, so
as,
probably go 74.
Yeah, he's not that big.
Franco Gomez obviously started off he wrestled his first year of college at 125, and now he's up to 74 kg.
Now 79, I think. Or no, he's a 74 still.
Yeah. Yeah, I really think Nolf could get a medal, though, if he was able to go to Worlds.
Medal for sure. No question.
This year for sure.
I think Chamizo would be a really tough matchup for Nolf, just because is he going to be able to take down Chamizo? Chamizo's like impossible.
Chamizo's tricky. Nolf's tricky, though. Nolf is, he's one of the trickier guys that's wrestled in America in a while.
A real prankster, that one.
Come on.
79. McFadden, Chenzo, Daringer, Starachi, Marsteller, Aymar, Lujan, Reenan, Braden Thompson.
This is one of the more fun weights.
This
I think
is
it's probably,
crazy fun weight.
Yeah.
It's a bonanza. And all roads go and lead to Jordan Burroughs, who sits in Final X New York, which is very, very exciting. Starachi Marsteller is an obvious, exciting quarterfinal, as is Aymar Ringer, as is Chenzo Lujan, and really as is, if Nick Reenan's like, I don't know, though. 79 kilograms, Nick Renan. He hasn't weighed that little since, like, 16, 17.
It's been a very long time.
It's been a long, and it's
He
going to be...
wrestled 182 as senior of high school, correct?
He was, like, 220 as a senior. He was, like, 195 and 220.
No, he was not that. What? Are you sure?
Well, he
I
lost
think
to
he's
Chase
bumped up to make
Singletary.
their lineup.
Okay, well, he wrestled... The way he wrestled at Who's Number One, and also... He
He
was
lost
up
to
there.
that big dude from Oregon, right? Is that who he lost to?
He beat him.
Who did he beat? What's his name?
Sammy Colbray.
Sammy Colbert, yes. He beat Sammy Colbert.
So 2016, he wrestled 195 against Chase Singletary. And I do think that was probably lineup related, but I think he also wrestled it the majority of, his senior year. So yeah, he'll be on the big side.
Yeah, I don't think he's a factor here. He hasn't been as competitive. I mean, we need to say he made Final X against David Taylor.
And got the first takedown.
Some say he dragged David Taylor to deep waters.
God. Actually, I don't think anyone's ever said that.
The people are saying it, Ben.
No one's saying it.
No one's saying it.
All right. Let's go. McFadden over Renan, Vincenzo over Taylor, Deeringer over. I'm going chalk on the first round. Deeringer over Martinez, Starocki over Marsteller. I'm going Starocki over McFadden and Deeringer winning. Deeringer beating Starocki in the finals.
I got Starocci running it.
Woo! Okay.
Goes through Marsteller, beats McFadden. Ringer emerges and might take 3, but I think Starocci does it.
Ringer. But Starocci to the final.
So
The man said world champ in his post-NCAA interview.
He didn't say this year, though.
He said, "What's
Did
the
not
what?"
say this year.
No, yeah, he did.
Did he?
Well, the question was, "What are you doing this summer? Do you have plans for this, summer, fall freestyle?" He's like, "World champ."
Okay.
It sounds like in his very.
I didn't think it was this year, but
he said it.
Listen, there's kind of Jordan Burroughs there. But.
Yeah, well, he ain't. But he's gonna. I think he can make Final X. He's my pick to make Final X. I think. Ringer losing. I know it was sort of flukish in the way he lost to Chinzo, but
I mean, it wasn't that flukish because it was a close match.
It was sort of close, but honestly,
Ringer controlled it.
He controlled it for like almost the entirety of the match.
It was flukish that Ringer lost to an American not named Cal Dake.
He's lost. He's lost to others. He lost to
in the past couple of years.
Zahid's beaten him.
When did Zahid beat him?
World Team Trials. 18, I think.
Yeah, that was 4 years ago. I said in the past couple of years.
Okay. Well, I would consider. I'm putting 4 in that window. You can't stop me.
It was a cycle ago.
I know in your life, 4 years ago is a long time, but in my
in a wrestling career, that's a long time.
In my advanced age, 4 years is not that long. So
that's
it's
freshman year Zane to Zane being the most dominant wrestler in NCAAs.
A little bit different. Hey, is Miles Martin retired?
I don't know where
he wrestled at Farrell, so I don't think so.
Yeah, what he must have gotten injured because.
Does he coach somewhere?
His father Greg is often a listener of the show, and a overall awesome guy. So he may be, and he's sometimes in the chat. Although I haven't seen him in the chat recently. If you're there and you care to share, we'd love to know. If Miles is all right. Miles is a guy who at 92, he would be very interesting there as well because he's done very well against Nate Jackson historically, and He had Downey, if you remember, famously. He had Downey beat at the Open and then gave up like a takedown and 2 guts to lose. And then that was the year Downey made the team because David hurt his knee. Yep. So, of note. Yeah, I'm not sure where he is. He's got to be injured. There's no other reason for him not to be
He just wrestled at Bill Farrell. Like,
Right. That's what I'm saying.
It's not he hasn't wrestled since last year's World Team Trials situation.
I was getting in the chat to see if anyone's there with.
Hold on, I'll check his Instagram. We'll see if he's been zip tied on Spirit Airlines flight.
Miles Martin is not the kind of person.
I think you can technically register. I don't know when that ended, but it was after seeds came out. You just can't get seated, but you still could register technically for day
Miles
2.
Martin only has 3 posts on his damn Instagram.
He has more than that, but
No, he doesn't. Look,
I'm
right there,
looking at
3
it.
posts.
You're looking at the wrong one.
It's verified.
Oh
it's
wait,
verified.
I'm looking at the wrong one. Who's this phony Miles Martin? Oh, it's his backup account. Okay, there you go.
That's what a lot of phony accounts say.
Well, this. Oh, why did I have... Okay, that's confusing.
Which one's his backup account?
The other one. I don't.
Okay.
Yeah, just 3 posts. No active stories, so I don't know.
No active stories. No one knows where he is. We could never know.
4 weeks ago, he was with
A while ago.
Tate.9K. That's all we know.
Don't know him.
That's all we know. I don't know him either. Would love to learn more. Hopefully he
is
shows
Miles
up.
Still at is he still at Mymar184? Let's see what his Twitter says. Oh no, this has been a while. The interview after the Bill Farrell, and then he didn't say anything. Scarlet Knights Wrestling Cup, so he's at Rutgers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Knew that part.
And then obviously wrestled Mark Hall at the Brutus card.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
This smells like a recent injury to me.
Yeah, that was a fun match. I don't know if you guys remember that.
I vaguely remember it. That was a
Very
very
fun. Lots
long
of
night,
scrambles.
Ben. Ben, that was a long night.
That was a long night. That was a very fun match. They had a lot of matches there, but yeah, Mymar and Mark scrambled a lot.
Yes, indeed. Okay, so I don't even know what we're doing. We are 79.
I was trying to figure out where
you
the
picked
heck
Ringer,
Miles Martin went. I picked Ringer.
and you got Miles, and Ben's got
Rocky.
Miles Martin in Final X against Jordan.
I'm not.
86.
I'm not counting Strachey out for sure though. I think he could win.
There's a chance.
Especially
There's a chance he could win,
the Ringer we
for
saw
sure.
at the Open.
Strachey's a savage. 86
You know what
kilograms.
match I'm so annoyed it still hasn't happened?
What?
Oh, you know. And it's Flo's fault. Flo should have done this.
We blew it. What
Alex
was it?
Dieringer, Miles Amin.
Nah!
Why haven't you guys done it yet?
Well, now we just drive to... Listen, we got a guy that works for Flo in Ann Arbor right now. We should just set up the match.
Well, it almost happened at RTC Cup, but Ringer was not healthy. But he was like borderline at that point. Like, I might wrestle, I might not.
Would it have happened? Because he was definitely at Michigan at that time.
Yeah, Michigan had a team. They
he'd
were
be
on the
on
same
his team.
Dang it, you're right.
Oh, man. So, yeah, we just need to get our new guy Tyler up in there. Just make him do a match, and then we'll know. We'll just send the video to you, Ben, just for your own satisfaction.
Listen, I would be perfectly satisfied with that. No one else needs to see it. I don't care. I just want to see it. That's it.
There you go. 86 kilograms. This is wait, there's a lot to discuss here. Pat Downey's out, so what does that mean? Well, it means Zahid versus Trent is likely a semi.
I think that kind of sucks for Trent. I think Trent matches up better with Mark than Zahid.
Yeah, I think that's a dang fact.
Yeah.
I think, and they've wrestled before, Zahid and Trent, right? I think they've had some.
I don't recall it.
Am I remembering? Highly.
Well, it could be World Team Trials last year. I will look up.
Here, oh yeah, I remember they wrestled at CKLV. It was, I think it was kind of ugly. Zahid wrestled. Oh my gosh, Zahid wrestled Hayden Hidley at Cadet 126 Fargo in 2013.
How did you find that?
I just Googled Trent Hidley Zahid Valencia, and it's one of like the suggested videos.
Oh, that's funny.
So this was like freshman Trent. This was the year Zahid got suspended. Trent has 4 points now. Oh, it's 9-4. I think he majored him.
Well, I'm with Senior World Trials last year.
They haven't wrestled
that wasn't
senior
even a
freestyle.
contested weight. 86 wasn't.
Yeah.
Jaden beat Miles. Trent Hidley. Oh, Trent Hidley went up to 78, 92 and had that competitive match with Colin Moore on the front side. I
Yeah,
remember that.
Zahid absolutely bullied Trent here. 12-4 major.
Dang, Trent came
Trent's
back
gotten
into
better.
third place at 92. He beat Miles Martin and Drew Foster on the backside
Trent's good at freestyle
at 92.
and folk
92 is
style.
beefy.
Yeah, he is beefy. He's a big dude. But yeah, I agree with you that Trent would be better off against Mark. So he can blame Pat Downey.
Yes.
For this.
So I'm gonna go Zahid over Mark in the finals.
It's tough to. There is a element of Mark's done it on occasion against Zahid and the pin RTC. If you're gonna pick Mark, that's like the angle you're taking. He's done it before. Pin RTC. It's been a long time since they've wrestled. I think it's been a little bit.
And 2021 Pelicone, I believe.
That's not long enough away, so maybe not. But there's a chance there.
I think it was like 11-0 Tech.
And I'd be really surprised if it's not the final, right? That would surprise me. But I just think 3 matches against Zahid is really tough. Is for all the ways he can score, how he can control center. So I think it's going to be I have Zahid in 2 over Mark.
Hey, let me ask you a question. I'm playing around with these last year's results. Are we overrating Carter Starocki as a freestyler? No. You ready for me to make the case?
Make it.
Okay. Well, so he loses to Taylor Lujan, goes to the backside, only beats Branson Ashworth 7-3. Has a nice win over Marsteller, but then he beats Wick 8-4. But Wick is really a 74 kilogram guy. He's not really a 79, but obviously 74 was not being contested, right? Then he gets the forfeit over Imar, so they didn't wrestle. And then he beats Jason Nolf 4-3. Nolf also a 74 kg guy. So you had a lot of 74s bumping up, and that was I don't say the majority of his wins, but most of them.
I don't know, man. Those are yes. You're right about.
Marsteller should be a 74 also. I don't know. He's only 5'4".
He got big legs. Big haunches. I would say no. I don't think you're. Well, one, a lot of my predictions are not really tied to the World Team trials. It's more like
eyeball tests,
projecting out, right, and looking at the field. 1, 2, your Nolf point would hold more for me if Nolf wasn't a whisper away from beating Jordan that same tournament, like right there. In that match, threatened Jordan, maybe even took him down. I think he did take it.
Yeah, it was 5-3.
Very close match. So I would say, yeah, I get what you're saying, but at the same time, that's a really pretty strong indication that he's really pretty good. But you could take that angle for sure, and maybe he could lose in his he could lose to Marcel for all I know. I don't think he will, but
yeah, I think they lost to I think that's probably not.
Would Jason Nolf have beat him on the front side?
McFadden's an interesting match. I think McFadden could be interesting, and then obviously I think Derringer's really good. So I guess we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, Nolf could have had to drop down blues. He's not someone who has a lot of experience in any consolation brackets. But I don't know. Watching that match I don't think that's what I don't really think that's what happened.
You're going with X Factor. Strachey got that dog in him.
He got that dog. He do.
He do.
Yeah, I'm been bullish on Strachey for a while now too. So I'm not gonna stop. I'm gonna runaway train. How are we on Strachey? Weren't we talking 86?
Oh,
did we just bump Strachey up?
Yeah, sorry. I was looking at the World Team Trials brackets from last September, and then I got on that topic.
I don't know if we've talked about it on the show. I did an interview with Burroughs at Pan Am's and asked him about Strachey, and I thought it was interesting. Burroughs organically on his own brought up Mekhi Lewis from that, and that he almost favored Mekhi in that matchup in freestyle.
Really?
Honestly, that's I don't think that's an audacious take.
No.
Well, there was no takedowns in the folk style match.
Yeah, there were.
Sorry, not in regulation.
Yeah, there were.
There's
Oh my
no
gosh, what
takedowns
am
in
I thinking
overtime.
about?
Went to right out or the
Oh,
writing
yeah,
time.
that was-
They both took each
point.
other down.
1-1. My bad.
Yeah. I think Makai's ability to like control center and take ground, he's freaky in some of the stuff he could do. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, 86. We're all on Zahid.
Yes.
92. All right, main event.
Am I gonna pick Pat Downey?
I might. You might.
No, I'm going Nate Jackson. Let's go.
Nate Jackson is interesting. So there's going to be a ton of familiarity there, right? Because they trained together. They were like training partners
In
Oh
JRTC.
my god, I totally forgot that.
for years. Or I don't know if Pat Downey's anywhere for years, but he had a longish stint by Pat Downey standards at the NJRTC. So I think that's a factor. And how do they seed it? I think this is a semi, which is also, I don't know, 2 out of
You're
3.
saying Pat's going either number 2 or number 3 because you said he can't go number 1.
He cannot go number 1. So that's going to be a semi. And, man, I don't know. The thing is, Downey, like, is he going to be in decent shape? He lost to, who was it? Ducharme at the Open one year? He lost to someone we're like,
I don't
who
know
is
who
this?
Ducharme is.
Let me look this up. Did I get that right? Downey. I think I'm right here. Yeah, Dominic Ducharme. Pretty sure this
Who is
dude.
that?
He's Cal Bakersfield guy, and I'm pretty sure he beat him. Yeah. He beat him bad. So like
What year is this?
2018, I think.
Yeah, doesn't count. 4 years ago.
Doesn't count.
Doesn't count.
Pat Downey's gotten way more consistent since this match.
He made a world team since that match.
He did.
He 11-0'd Aaron Brooks since that match.
Yeah. All right.
That
Are we
is
just
like
doing
to
it?
me when you guys say that, it hurts my brain. Like I don't know how that happened.
Your brain needs healed. That's the problem.
When you say Pat Downey 11-0 Aaron Brooks, I'm like, oh, what happened? Maybe Aaron Brooks was scared because Pat Downey's the king of Maryland.
Yeah, it was the battle for Maryland, the Crab Cake Bowl.
Crab cake bowl.
I'll take Nate over Pat. I'm not that confident in it. I'm really not. And the winner of that is my pick to win
Yes.
and punch their ticket to Final X.
What percent chance are you giving Pat? Like 25?
More. 35. I think he
There you go.
matches up well. I think this bracket it's going to be a small bracket. He's not going to have to wrestle a bunch, right? It's not going to be a giant US Open 32, 64-man bracket. He's going to have like 1 to 2 matches before Nate, which will
The
be
first one's not going to be hard.
and that'll be a Sunday morning match against Nate Jackson, who he's wrestled before. He's just got to be good for 6 minutes, which I know that's like sounds like such a I'm being very flippant about how difficult it is to beat someone like Nate, but I'm talking about Pat Downey, who's beaten a lot of really good guys in his career.
Yeah. Levi
Perry
Hopkins was only 13-8 this year. Not even a starter. Maybe a starter. I mean, he didn't wrestle at the conferences, so probably not a starter.
Right.
He's gonna beat Levi Hopkins.
He's gonna be Levi Hopkins.
Shit,
Yeah,
I'm gonna
all right.
beat Levi
I'll take-
Hopkins. I'm looking at his results right now.
Yeah, I know. So who are you gonna pick? Are you gonna do it?
No, I'm picking Nate Jackson. I told you that.
Okay.
Dude,
You're picking
Max Shaw. How are these dudes
Jackson.
qualified? Max Shaw is only 11-10 this year. Levi Hopkins.
Because nobody
is
wrestled.
You can
13-8.
just
This
go.
is ridiculous. Cancel the weight class.
Okay, never mind. Predictions null and void. The weight doesn't exist. Man, I feel like someone
now
needs
I
to
gotta
pick Pat
find
Downey here.
Batista.
Am I really the one to do it?
Why
And
didn't Braxton Amos show up? I mean, he would probably be in the Final X.
wasn't he doing Greco?
No,
Oh, he is?
Oh, no Greco.
he isn't.
I don't know. I don't look at that. Guys, They let roofers in their division. They let the Masters D division could have qualified for the Senior World Team Trials.
Are we sure that's true?
I will. You want me to find it? I'll send it. I'll put it in the doc right now.
Well, Masters
Give
D
me-
is the cream of the crop of the Masters divisions, as we all know.
Give me 30
Which age
seconds.
is D?
here.
I can't remember if they go like A is youngest or oldest. I can never
A's,
remember.
A's the youngest, I believe.
Okay.
It
So
starts
this
and
is the-
builds up.
These are the wisest. See, they bring the wisdom, Ben. It's
Okay,
a
hold
tactical
on.
game.
Click here for selection criteria for Team USA. Okay. Senior this is Pan Am. World Team Trials Greco-Roman. Okay, I think I'm in the right spot. Okay, hold on. Oh yeah. Look at this. They got so many criterias here. You got just all kinds of people qualified. You got NJCA, NAIA. Where is the Masters? I know it was on here. I found it somewhere.
Is it called veterans? Maybe.
Hold on. I'm trying to find it. I don't know. They're letting roofers in, I'm telling you, and they still can only get 6 people in a weight class.
Okay.
No, I might have made it up. I
You
can't
might
find
have made
now.
it up. I hope you made it up. I'm praying it
I
was
can't find it anymore.
a figment of your imagination. All right. So, all right. I'm not gonna
Where
do
are
it,
we?
man. I'm really close. If
Pick Nate Jackson ready. Let's get done with this.
I picked Nate. All
All
but
right, thank you.
I'm nervous. I'm nervous about this pick. We could be cutting Jaden Cox, Pat Downey promos in preparation for Final X.
Please don't.
Why not? Okay.
Yeah.
97.
I think I fabricated it, Christian. I can't find it anymore.
Yeah. I'm glad we
Eric Hinkley in the chat says you're right, Ben.
Oh, Hinkley would know.
Oh, the Hinkley. Tell Hinkley, where did I find this? I did find it one time, but I can't find it now.
I'm on the official qualification for Greco-Roman. I don't see it either.
Maybe they
Ask-
deleted it.
Yeah.
It
they're
was
like-
definitely dude, I read I don't know where I read it. I read it somewhere. I
Hinkley
swear
may
to
have
God.
wrote the qualifying procedures and like snuck them in
right
there.
here. I found it. Any UWW event medalist, and that would be Masters division also. That would be a UWW
Oh, yeah,
event.
any UW medalist from October 1st through May
Yes.
20. Yeah.
So if you
Take
medaled
that.
at Masters Worlds,
Yes.
Okay.
Any UWW event.
all right. I wonder if that would include beach wrestling.
By this
I don't
bylaw, I
see
would
why
say
not.
yes. Or grappling. They have grappling events too.
Wow. He gets get a guard puller in the Greco. That'd be interesting.
USA Wrestling article.
All right.
So funny.
It's one way to increase the depth. So 97. Let's pull in those seeds.
Wait, I gotta figure out who Batista is though.
The UVA guy? Come on, he's like a known dude.
He's a WWE superstar.
No.
Dude, there's no way. There's no way he's even.
He's
a
gonna come
starter.
out wearing a
on.
Speedo.
Michael Batista.
Batista, yeah. Wrestle stat.
No, because JL is a starter, so he
I
can't
know,
even be a
but he's
starter.
like he's been in the streets. He's good.
Yeah, he's fine.
Bro, he's 15-8. He actually was a national qualifier. Must be a different. 184. That's what we go.
Stop being such a player hater. Listen, compared to the Masters
hater.
division, oh, here we go. That's not
But he
Michael
went 0-2.
Batista.
Batista.
No. Dang it.
Wait, what happened?
Tyler pulled up pictures of
Look at
WWE
that.
Batista.
He's gonna wrestle.
That
It's
guy-
any WWE. Anyone who's held a WWE belt at any time also can wrestle.
That guy's not making 97 kilograms. I don't care.
Hey,
what
have you
say.
ever seen his MMA fight? He wanted to do a professional MMA
Oh,
fight. Have you ever
Batista's
seen
that
it?
guy in Guardians of the Galaxy? I did not know that.
No, Batista fought MMA.
Okay. How'd he do?
It was not good. He fought this really obese guy, and it looked like a total mismatch. And then he gassed out, and it was a really tough bout. This
Man,
guy
I re-
right here.
I really thought his WWE training would really translate to mixed martial arts.
Yeah, can you just Google it, Tyler? You can find the picture. He ended up winning, but it was real ugly. Tyler, you got to bring it up on the screen.
He's
Dave
looking.
Batista MMA fight.
Good for him.
Yes, this one right here.
Oh boy.
Yeah, he bought a
Yikes.
roofer.
Man. Dave Bautista he is known for many things. What a sentence. Who wrote that? Dave Bautista is known for many things. That's a heck of a lead there, boys.
Oh man! All right, we're so far off. This is my. I think it's my fault because
It's your fault. Actually, it's his fault. It's his fault. He brought in the WWE because he knows you can't resist the bait. He can make a little comment, but he knows you're gonna take it down to the next degrees. Who's at 97?
All right, I got Mike Machiavello.
You got Mach 5. Oh, man. Nice guy Mach versus nice guy Colin Moore is my prediction in this 2 out of 3.
Jason Carter.
What'd you say?
I got Jason Carter.
Jason Carter. Okay. If he gets by Duncan Lee.
You know what college Jason Carter wrestles for?
Montco. Jordan. No, I don't know.
I don't even know how to say this. It's your sinus?
Or Sinus. Okay, I've heard of that.
Okay.
He
did not make the Nationals in D3.
Yeah, it takes Sudafed when your sinus is acting up. So I think that's what that's for. I got Colin over Mock.
Yeah.
In 3. I'm saying 3.
They've gone back and forth. Colin won at Olympic Trials, which was last time they wrestled. So I'll go Colin.
I got Colin. Over Mock. And Mock should be at 92. Or Colin. One of them should be like, hey, one of us should go down. I'll pick both of them to beat Downey, Nate Jackson, Batista, anyone at 92.
Bautista.
Batista, a man known for many things. All right. And then 125. What are we thinking about Slim Tone versus Gwiz? And now he has to get to him. Do we think this is remotely competitive or interesting, Ben?
I'm just looking up Duncan Lee. He was a national qualifier at Central Iowa.
Go Tritons.
Go Tritons.
All right.
He should
I'm
go into
thinking
MMA.
Gwiz over Cass. Dom's going to get it done against Hayden Zilmer. They're going to wrestle Final X. Let's go Dom on the world team for the first time.
Let's go. I will also pick Dom to make the finals, and I'm taking Gwiz. I'm not really giving anyone. I am not going to react at all to losing to Desi. Desi is not in this field, and I don't think it's going to happen.
That was shocking to me, though, for real.
It was a shocking moment.
Hayden Zilmer 4-0 against Tom Bradley, so I'm going.
Yeah, that's kind of a dumb pick for me, huh?
Hayden,
and
then Gwiz over Zilmer.
Listen, if I pick Hayden Zilmer, Don Bradley wins, he will yell at me. If I pick Don Bradley and Hayden Zilmer wins, Hayden will not yell at me.
He will probably shake your hand.
He's a really nice guy. Dom's a nice guy too,
God.
but sometimes he yells at me. So, you know what? I'm just not going to get yelled at in Coralville. That's just
Gwizdowski's mom's going to yell at you.
That's just that goes without saying.
Yeah.
I'm here for that.
Mm-hmm.
Used to it. Okay. So that's heavyweight.
Anybody giving Cassiopeia a chance?
I think Lucas Davison is honestly one of the really interesting guys out of the 8. Could he beat a Zilmer? This man took down Gable Steveson.
I think him and Zilmer is interesting. It's definitely not a blowout. I think that's an interesting match. But he's got to get by Jordan Wood, which I think is a tough match for him also.
Yeah, honestly, that 8-9 is very, very...
yeah.
I think either of those guys could beat Zilmer. Honestly, the 8 or 9 could definitely make the finals here, which means they could make Final X.
Yeah,
out of the 8,
I
9.
was thinking how unique it was. Someone asked a question, what's the lowest seed to make the finals or something to that effect. But 2016, we had 2 9 seeds make the Olympic team. Do you realize how crazy that is?
Nuts. Molinaro and
So
Jane
nuts.
Cox were the nines.
Usually 9 seeds. Look at these 9. I mean, we joked about one of them making Final X, but usually the 9 seeds write them off.
There was also Olympic weights. The weights get much deeper when you condense them down.
Yeah, that's true.
And also, the Jaden seed, Molinaro was truly the 9 seed. The Jaden seed was basically you're an NCAA champion and you're coming, so here's where you kind of get seeded.
He won a medal that year So, like,
Yeah. Well, and Molinaro was 5th. I mean, yeah, they both did really well. It's freaking crazy.
He was right there. So that's that. Gonna be a fun one in Coralville. Do you want to get to some questions here?
Let's do it.
Want to do this text/email one? This first one here.
I like the one that was about the weight classes. Is that the one we're talking about?
Okay, we can do that one.
Oh yeah, both of those.
So I guess these are just texts or emails. So I'm a high school coach, and the wrestling community often likes to talk about how much wrestling will help with football. Yet we only allow a few weight classes for good football players. A gap of 97 to 285 in college really eliminates opportunities for bigger athletes. Realistically, there are more 180 to 200-pound people walk around my school than 130-pound people. Basically, if more upper weight opportunities in high school and college, would that benefit us for senior level wrestling?
I don't want to get too mad at this guy. I don't want to get too mad at him because I'm sure this guy is just a great human being. There's too many damn upper weights. There is. AWA duels last fall, we eliminated an upper weight. I think we went 185, 210 heavyweight, something to that effect, because there's too many of them. They are thin. They are so thin. When you compare them to, say, 132 to 160, so I don't know what this guy's looking at. 132 to 160 is a very normal size high school sophomore, junior, senior. There's way more of those than there are big dudes, for sure, by a very, very wide margin. I mean, guys, look at what the hell we were just talking about with 92 and 97. There aren't a lot of guys that size, and it's not like America's weak. We excel compared to other countries at those weight classes.
Yeah.
There aren't a lot of dudes that size. They're just not that big. If you're 230, you're plenty big for heavyweight, right? And if you're 220, you can make 197. That's
Probably,
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think we're missing. I don't think there's a lot of opportunities missed, especially in the modern heavyweight era for wrestling.
And high school goes 170, 82, 95, 220 heavyweight or 215 or whatever it is. Like, that's a lot of upper weights.
It's a lot. It's too many.
Those
were always like vacant weight classes. A lot of them.
Yes.
Yeah.
I actually liked, I don't remember whose format or proposal it was, but someone had the proposal of like going to less weight classes for dual meets, and then expanding back to the normal 14 for like the state tournament. Because usually at the state tournament, there's at least a handful of good guys at those weight classes. But if we're going like conference tournaments and stuff like that, like those weight classes are terrible. So, shrink down to like say 11 or 12 for in-season dual meets, and then you could expand back for the state tournament series.
I'm with it.
Cool.
Okay.
Would either of you guys move 106 from the smallest? I know some people say that.
No.
Honestly,
I liked 103. I think there's kids down there that are that small. Like
you got a lot of like smaller rural schools, and it can be a hard weight to fill for a lot of.
Well, the other thing people are discounting, 106 means anything less than 106, and that's really anything less than like say 110, 112. Whereas a 113 pounder is like, hey, if he's, we'll say
25,
if he's 110, he's gonna go down to 106, right? And if he's 120, that's probably the cap of where he's cutting from. So you're like in a smaller range, right? But 106 is 110 and below. So you might have some 90-pound dudes, 95-pound dudes, 100-pound dudes. Like you could have a lot of different people in that weight class.
Yeah. I know there's a lot of forfeits at that weight class, but man, you look at so many of our elite wrestlers started at 103. Yeah, it is a weight for the freshmen and sophomores in general, but like they need a weight class. I would not change it. I wouldn't make it go up.
I know some people would.
Yeah. This is a good question from Wick Jacoby, who is a hater of me. If Spencer and Yanni both get to Saturday night at NCAAs, what weights do you start and end on?
Great question.
This is interesting. I think you who's this? Why you don't have to go in some sort of ascending order or weight class order. Like you could go 174, 165, 120. Who's to say? I think is it Powerade that kind of they'll like do whatever order for their
You still got to put one as the main event though.
Yeah,
I can't wrestle them at the same time.
Yeah,
there would be probably more Iowa fans to go Yanni as co-main and Spencer as main. And maybe that's also depending on who their opponents are, like how competitive the matches are going to be. Because Vito and Glory move up, then maybe the 125-pound final is not quite as competitive.
Yeah, I would just go like 33, 41, 57 through heavyweight, and then. Oh.
I don't think the NCAA will ever do that, though.
I don't. Why not?
I don't
it
think
literally
so.
means nothing.
I'm just saying I don't think they will because they never have.
It changes
Yeah,
nothing.
good idea.
But they never had changed the
Until
weight
Dake
class
Taylor.
order until Dake Taylor, to my knowledge. So it's not some crazy bananas thing.
Yeah.
It's just like you're just shifting an order that is totally irrelevant to anything. It
Right.
matters. It matters nothing.
I don't think there is a. I really don't think that there's a team component to it next year either, right?
Unlikely.
What if it did like come down to like a heavyweight, like a Cassiope Kirkfleet final?
I mean, that to me is almost that's just not an option. And so what? Then it would come down to that at a different point.
Spencer would be involved probably.
Yeah, then I'm sure Spencer would need to win as well. I think you end the right thing is ending. I think 49 co-main, 25 main. I think it's just.
I like it.
Or maybe they flip a coin there. This is not hard, guys.
Well, do you give Yanni the, when we look back, rank his career better?
Ooh, we had that. Didn't we have that debate?
Only one loss. Only one loss.
So it's like it's just personal preference. If you think Yanni, it's because you think losing only once is most important. If you pick
And some of the
Spencer,
senior world team stuff, which I give weight to that also while in college.
that's fair.
I don't think that's fair. We're talking who had the better college career.
Nah, but you gotta weight that for sure.
No,
Wait.
no.
Yeah, you do. Well, no one ever.
Then make
compares
Miles Amin like
exclusively
number
college
2
matches.
or 3.
Stop.
No,
Stop.
when you're
Kyle
talking
Snyder
college
won
career,
the Olympics in college, man. Like, what are you talking about?
yeah, that's why I said 2 or 3, not 1.
Jaden Cox. There's a lot.
Okay,
that's
3.
right. No.
Well, yeah, but you can't take that into consideration for a
No,
college career.
Here's what that does, because the factors you're considering with comparing careers is, okay, well, how good were they, and how good were they relative to like other elite wrestlers? And so you have their weight class, which sometimes can tell it, but not always. So you can take in outside factors like how you competed against the elite international or senior level that can also factor in.
No, when you talk about who had the best college career.
It's just an additional data point, in my opinion.
Yeah, additional.
Yeah, but
metric.
you
I
can't use
agree.
it.
I'm using
You
it.
can use it. Come on, dude.
No, you can't use it when you're talking about who had the better college career.
Hey Ben, let's use it. Let's just use it.
When you
I'm,
wanna-
listen.
if you wanna say
using
who
it.
was
I
better-
don't know, JD can't tell me what to do.
If you want to say who was better in college, you can use it. If you want to say who had the better college career, you cannot use it.
I don't think there's
Those are two different
anything-
arguments.
I mean, I see what your point is, but I don't think there's anyone who considers college careers without like the entirety of it.
That's
Like,
not part of their college career.
While they're in college, everything they did while they're in college, that would be kind of their college career. College, exclusively college matches, then it's. I mean, it's simple. We had this debate. It's less losses versus more dominant.
Yeah. Well, which do you favor more?
Man, that's such a hard one. Cause I see both sides. I'd probably go Spencer, but I don't know if I feel. Yeah, I don't know. I feel.
Did
I feel
Cale ever
both ways.
lose when he wrestled senior freestyle, trying to make a
College?
world team
Yeah.
in his college career?
Uh-huh.
Just
Yeah.
take that into account. And then he doesn't become in my opinion, the best college wrestler. Because you got guys like Kyle Snyder that are winning Olympic gold.
Spencer only wrestled in one senior level
Fort Worth.
tournament while in college.
Fort Worth, yeah.
Yep.
Correct.
Ever. Not
right?
even-
Yeah, Fort Worth. And that was it.
Yes.
Yep. Okay. So yeah, I don't know how they reconcile the finals, but that will be interesting. Next question. Let's see.
We already answered the Tony Meester 3-4. We were gonna switch Trent Hidley. He got switched.
This dude's handle is CP versus Kozak at Final X. He says,
Where's
why
that?
doesn't
Where's
CP
that?
shotgun a Red Bull and record a great intro? Well, I'm sorry, my intros aren't great, but they're mine. I don't.
That's a good intro.
I'm not gonna shotgun Red Bull though.
JD, what was your best turn in college?
Oh yeah, that's a good question. Can I predict? I feel like you were like wrist and bar kind of guy.
Yeah.
Knew
Sounds
it.
about
Just
right.
a just a gritty, grimy.
Well, probably just a little cheap tilt was the one like I actually got points of. I didn't turn too many people. But
What about high school?
high school, yeah, probably just a tilt because that's easy.
4-time state medalist here, guys. That's the most you
Oh.
can even do it
In Iowa.
In Iowa, they won't even let him in
Iowa.
8th grade because they don't want to see him win it.
Oh.
They don't want to see him bring home 5.
The
And they won't let him
average
enter
seed-
anymore either.
Average seeds question. This is funny. Because I'm gonna bring up 2 points, Christian, and now you guys. do
Wait, what's the
grappling, so-
question? Because I don't even know
I'm
the
sorry.
question. Ask it for them.
Would wearing a different garment other than a singlet affect normal wrestling action? And so I was thinking 2 things the other day. Number one, like Gordon Ryan is probably the GOAT grappler, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it's funny because he pretty much only does submission only. And if you take that to wrestling, like we don't have that. I was thinking like I would love to have done pin only, and I think I could have excelled at that. Versus points, I was elite, but not the elite of the elite. You know, and so you put Gordon in say a 6-7 minute match, would he be quite as elite? And then second thing to that is
Wait,
with the what?
I thought this was a question about a garment. I'm confused.
I'm about to get to that. Secondly, jiu-jitsu does a gi, right? And so like Gordon Ryan, for example, doesn't do as much gi because gi slows everything down significantly. And so if you did that, it would obviously because it slows the match, it would take away some advantage of faster and speedier guys.
Got it. What if wrestling was in a gi?
It would slow it down a lot.
Yeah, it would not be cool.
And then
That'd
like
be
also
cool.
like the gi always get, especially in wrestling, it would get like super.
Open.
Yeah.
It's too much movement.
Yeah.
Speaking of no time limit, who's next? The show we were talking about earlier, no time limit. Episode 1. There's a match that goes like 3 hours.
3 hours.
What?
Yeah.
It's insane.
Surely you don't show the whole match, correct? You
No,
can
no,
show
no.
clips.
Yeah,
It's
it's just so
the whole match is on the site if you want to watch it.
I would not recommend
Good
unless you
God.
do it sped up
At
But
what
yeah.
speed? 10 speed?
because it's submission only.
It's
No
literally-
time limit.
There's no.
Jocko literally says 3 minutes, 30 minutes, or 30 hours.
Yeah. Oh, also, Jocko did the intro and it's fire.
Nice. That's awesome.
Yeah. It's,
Joe, I think Frank Gott's George Hackenschmidt was somewhere around that long. I'm trying to I'm gonna try to find it. That was one of the original big time wrestling matches.
I wonder. Thinking about the garment thing, I mean, I feel like is the question not just about like a shorts and rash guard situation that is kind of has a little momentum.
He said garments. I said, whatever.
Well, but I'm
Easy
saying
garment.
okay, but the question I'm asking then out of his question is, does wearing the shorts and a rash guard affect normal wrestling action?
No, minimally. Like a long sleeve T-shirt or something that would add grip to the wrists, definitely would. Like I always loved it when the dude had a hurt wrist or something. They had tape. I'm like, they ain't get into their wrist. So I'm gonna grab the wrist and I'm just gonna have the wrist for 6 minutes if I want it.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Like
I would
something
slap
where
your
it's dry.
hands. I would slap your hands, Ben. I'm gonna let you do that.
You're not. It's not. If you have tape on your wrist, Christian, I grab your wrist. You are not getting your wrist back.
Oh, I'll get it back.
Whole
No
match.
problem.
No,
No problem.
over.
I'll
So
just
a long
drag.
sleeve T-shirt or something.
You'd be a dead man, Ben.
You can't drag me. You're try to drag me. It's gonna get stuck, and you're just gonna get stuck there.
I'd drag you, dude. I don't know what to tell you. I would hit an arm drag on you. And I'd probably put a leg in on you, and then I would take the leg out and shin and arm you. This would be my game plan.
That's funny.
Okay. This is fun. Anything else?
Remember how long this damn match was?
So, so, this guy in the chat. What if we just went to a loincloth?
I don't think that'd be good for the
No
long-term viability of the sport.
No good at all.
Who's one dude from NCAs you wish would have entered the trial? So let's just say you get to pick one guy who wrestled in NCAs and he has to go to trial.
There's so many.
I think I know.
I mean, mine's Keegan, obviously, but I know why he didn't wrestle. So I'll say Keegan. We could also say Gable would probably be number 2. Aaron Brooks would probably be my number
RBY.
3. Oh, you're right, RBY. I'm gonna put RBY at 3.
Yeah, RBY might be mine just because I want to see Dayton RBY in freestyle.
Yes. Great choice.
I would still have to go Gable.
Yeah. He's the answers to so many questions. Okay.
Fast twitch.
Hey, JD.
Cut him down to 92.
You're going to be here.
Fast twitch first downy.
JD, you're going to be here this weekend. Give the rundown of the 4 sessions. Do you have such a rundown?
Like with times and whatnot?
Times, what you're going to be doing, flow zone, all that.
Yeah, we got flow zone for the first 3 sessions. There's 2 sessions on Saturday. They start at Central Time, 10 a.m., and then 4:30 p.m. For the next session. And then Sunday, it starts again at 10 a.m., and all those sessions will have flow zone because there'll be, a bunch of mats. So me, Bray, Kozak in here in the studio breaking things down for y'all. And then at 2:30 on Sunday Central Time is when the finals start. The best 2 of 3 finals.
Sweet.
Because the semis will have already been wrestled, so it'll just be the weights where there's best 2 of 3 finals. Round 1 starts at 2:30. No flow zone for that, because it'll just be 1 mat.
Well, first round is...
First round is 2, excuse me. And then they'll go to 1 mat for the matches 2 and 3.
And Ben, you're still not coming, right?
I gotta pee so bad.
That's why you're not coming? Your bladder is
I'm watching the kids this weekend. Let's see. What do I got? I got a private lesson tomorrow at 4:30 with a bunch of strong dudes. We actually have a Greco session on Saturday 9:30. I'm taking my daughter to a soccer game. Then I have another soccer game. I don't think I'm doing anything in the afternoon, so I'll probably be watching a whole bunch of wrestling. Sunday morning, I'll watch some wrestling. Then I got a private lesson with some small dudes. Then I got a youth practice, a high school practice, and some really, really little kids, we call it ninjas and training practices. Then I'll probably come home and hang out with my kids.
When's your Aussie private lesson?
Aussie? Dude, he was so funny yesterday. I went up to work out at the academy. Just work out by myself, lift weights and stuff. And Mitchell Messenbrink came in, and I guess he has like a last period off of school or whatever, and he was doing a lift also. And Ozzy, when we got there, he's like, "Dad, can we battle?" I'm like, "Ozzy, I had to take you along because Mom's at the garden, and we can't battle. Daddy's got to work out. Can't battle. You have to go sit down and play by yourself or whatever, right?" Mm-hmm. And so Mitchell walks in like 15 minutes later. He's like, "Hey," he's like, "Put your stuff down, take your glasses off, and then we have to battle." It's like, "No, I gotta work out." He's like, nope, put your bag down, take your glasses off, and then we're gonna battle. And
this is amazing.
He would not leave Mitchell alone the whole time. He's like, "How many more exercises do you have until we can battle?"
I love that he calls it battle. I had a high school kid that called it fighting. He'd be like, hey coach, what time we fighting, coach?
Well, no, he doesn't mean wrestling. He means he wants to battle. It's like a Transformer Power Rangers battle, and he does like this. And then sometimes he goes, bear power, whale power, shark power, combine. And then he like tries to like go nuts and hammer you or kick you or all kinds of wild moves.
We need a Caleb and Ozzy collab. That'd be great.
Oh yeah, he's hilarious. He just wants to battle. That's all.
That's awesome. Well, you go battle your bladder.
Ozzy's at school today. I'm gonna take a pee. I gotta pee so bad.
Well, thanks, Ben. Why don't you just take off early? Call it a day. Call it a week, Ben. You can look yourself in the mirror and say, "I did the shows this week." Then that's just fine with me. We thank you guys so much for listening. We got a big weekend. Cancel all your plans. Saturday and Sunday, World Team Trials. You're not going to want to miss
Sparks
this.
Better show up next week.
Yeah, Shane Sparks better make the walk.
Like a chicken.
Even though my son's graduating, it may just be you, Shane, and JD, which means I don't know who's going to keep it on the rails.
There will be no rails.
There will be no rails. It'll be a railless show, which is scary, but it still might happen. We'll see you guys next Tuesday, but really I'll see you Saturday because I know you're going to be watching and listening. I'll be on the call with Bader and the gang. Well, there'll be like 8 of us there. We're taking over Coralville. We're flying. Zip tie free. Hopefully, but you never know. Can't rule it out. See you guys. Thank you.